All right, today we're jumping into three awesome ESL warm-up games that are just perfect for primary school teachers. Seriously, if you're looking for some super simple ways to get your classroom buzzing with energy, you are definitely in the right place. You know that feeling, right? The bell goes, the kids are coming in, and you need something right now to get them switched on and engaged. But what if I told you there's a way to do that with absolutely zero prep? Yep, zero. We're going to show you exactly how. And this, right here, this is the core promise of the games we're talking about today. I mean, listen to that. Zero prep, minimal resources, but maximum fun and learning. It's so true. These aren't just little things to fill time, you know? They are genuinely simple but really effective tools for learning. Okay, so let's get right into it. The absolute best thing about these activities is just how simple they are. We're talking about warm-ups you can literally pull out of your hat at a moment's notice. And what do you need? That's it. A blackboard and a piece of chalk. Seriously, no printing, no cutting, no hunting for materials. Just the most classic classroom tools there are. And that's what makes these games so great. They work in pretty much any teaching environment. All right, game number one. This one's called Biting Your Tail. It's super dynamic, a fun little word chain game. It's fast, it gets competitive, and it is just fantastic for jogging their memory on vocabulary. So the setup could not be easier. You just split the class into two teams, then you pick a topic, let's say school, just to keep everyone on the same page. You write one starting word on the board, and that's it. From there, it's kind of like a relay race with words, where each team has to build on what the last team wrote. So just to give you a picture, if your category is school, you can just write the word classroom right there on the board, and boom, the game has begun. Okay, so classroom ends with M, right? So the first team has to think of a school word that starts with M. What could it be? Maybe map? Perfect. Then the next team is up. Map ends with P, so maybe they write pencil. You see how this works? It just creates this really fun chain reaction, and the kids get super competitive. Okay, moving on to our second game, Unscramble the Sentence. Oh, this one is just brilliant for getting your students to really think about how sentences are put together. You know, word order, punctuation, the whole shebang. And it's super hands-on. So just like before, you're going to divide the class and the board into two teams. Then, on each side, you draw a few boxes and just scramble the words of a sentence, one word in each box. Then you call one student up from each team, and it's a race to the board to put that puzzle back together. First one to get it right wins the point. So this is pretty much what the students are looking at. Just a jumble of words, right? On their own, they don't really mean anything. Their job is to find the logic, to find the pattern, and turn it into a real sentence. And there it is. That's the goal. The first student who figures it out and writes "I live at 15 Park Street" snags the point for their team. And let me tell you, that aha moment when they crack the code, it's just fantastic to see. Oh, and here's a little bonus tip. You can tell them the sentence isn't really correct until it has a capital letter at the beginning and a period at the end. It's such a sneaky but super effective way to get them practicing those basic punctuation rules without it feeling like a boring drill. And last but not least, we have our third game, Preposition Squares. Now this one is amazing because it takes those tricky abstract ideas, words like in, on, under, and makes them totally visual and interactive. So for this one, you'll probably want to do it with a whole class together. You just draw a few simple 3D boxes on the board, maybe 6 or so. Then you get a few volunteers to come up and stand by each box. You say a sentence with a preposition in it, and their job is to draw whatever object you mentioned in the correct position on their box. Okay, a little pro tip for this one. It's a really good idea to demonstrate it first. Some prepositions, especially in front of and behind, can be kind of tricky to show on a flat blackboard. So if you do a quick example yourself, it just makes sure everyone's on the same page before you start the game for real. And here are just a few ideas for sentences you can use. As you can see, they're super simple, everyday things. We're talking about books, rulers, apples, things the kids see and use all the time. That relatability is what really helps make the lesson stick. So there they are. 3 super simple but really powerful warm-ups that can totally change the vibe at the start of your lessons. And really, the benefits are huge. We're not just talking about reviewing vocab or grammar here. These games kickstart your class with a jolt of energy. They help create a really friendly atmosphere, and honestly, they just make learning a language fun. And when kids are having fun, their confidence just soars. So I guess the only question left is, which one are you going to try in your class tomorrow? Whether you go for the word race, the sentence puzzle, or the drawing challenge, you've now got some amazing new tools in your back pocket. Go have some fun with them.